home. Good morning. It's 9 a.m. and today I figured to take you with me on a chill day. I'm at home, I wanna chill, I wanna read, I wanna work a little bit, and I wanna be in the sun because I'm working on my tan. You can't say that with this light, but there's some of it. It's just the 28th of May, and actually tomorrow is my birthday. Maybe I can take you with me also tomorrow because I am out for lunch with my boyfriend in amalficoast. So maybe I will take you with us, but today it's a pretty chill day. So actually I'm intermittent fasting. I maybe can explain to you why I'm doing this in another video. I don't know, I don't want to bore you with things that I don't usually talk about on my channel, but if you're interested I can explain to you why I'm doing this. And now it's 9 a.m. and I have to eat at 9:38. I don't know if being so precise it's a thing in intermittent fasting, but yesterday like 6:28 I just forgot that I had to eat because I wasn't hungry, so I ate like 10 minutes later, and so now I have to eat at 9:38. I don't know, let me know if being so precise is a good thing or it's a waste of time. I don't know. I'm new at this game. So you pretty much seen what my morning routine of a chill day is. 37, 36, and now we have 35 minutes to cook my breakfast. But I had a brilliant idea one day. I love pancakes. I cook pancakes in pretty easy way. I don't use eggs. And I came up with this recipe over the years of the perfect pancake for me. And I eyeball everything I put in the recipe. So the idea was that I really love pancakes, and when I want to eat them, I just don't have the energy to cook them in the morning or the time. Why don't I cook lots of pancakes? I did like 12-15 pancakes the other day. And why don't I put them in the refrigerator and I can eat them whenever I want? So today we're going to eat them, but it's 9:07 and I had to wait. But we can do some other things. And I hope you're not bored. So I hope will be better over time because I'm not used to this, and of course I'm not an English native speaker. I'm Italian, so I make some mistakes because I am also a little bit cringy now because I'm not used to vlog. So what I like to do in the morning before eating breakfast is warm water with lemon and ginger because I'm a basic bitch. Tutorial of how to do a warm water lemon juice and ginger. Okay, so I just warm some water in the microwave. I put some ginger in it, then a half of a lemon. Okay, we're cutting it. We're putting half of a lemon into that. I don't care about the seeds. I don't drink them, but I avoid them. I stir a little bit. I put some salt just to have some electrolyte in my drink. Pick your colored straw because we don't want yellow teeth from the lemon. It's a little bit spicy today, and sometimes I also put some apple cider vinegar, but that's helped me a lot because I'm an Italian bitch and I do have sweet breakfast. So I'm a cappuccino girl during the winter especially, and as soon as it's a little bit chilly outside I just drink cappuccino hot, of course. But as soon as in March we have like a sunny day, even though it's 10 degrees outside, I don't know, I just become an iced latte girl. I did that from March until now with some exceptions, but today I was in the mood of a cold brew. Now I just put some cold brew in my glass like that, and then I use some oat milk. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this is my cold brew. Good. This is another funny, colored and cute straw. So I spent the last 40 minutes watching a YouTube video, and now I know that you want a time lapse of myself cleaning my kitchen. for my morning poop. I told ya that I was going to share with you my chill days. Tomorrow is my birthday, and as I was saying, I am not going to be in town. I once lived in Rome, then I lived in the northern part of Italy, and then I went back here for some personal reasons, and I spent the birthday always anywhere else after high school. Now I'm 28, so it's 10 years. But except for the birthday during the quarantine and maybe another one, I was always out of my hometown. Last year, for example, I was in London. The year before I was in Milan. The year before that I was in Palma de Mallorca. So I pretty much hate my birthday. I don't like organizing stuff and parties, even though I did it in the past, but I feel like so self-conscious first, and second, I am a big people pleaser, and it is a big problem in my life that I'm trying to fix and heal from that. So I want that everybody in the room is having fun, and I was always growing up friends with different people. I was never the kind of person who has a group of friends. I think, at least in my experience, that it is a limiting social experience, especially growing up in your 20s. I don't know, who cares? The point is not that. The point is that I feel like I'm not in town, but I'm near my town, and then it's Friday. It's not the weekend yet, so Friday is a work day, and today I'm kind of like before a trip, but it's not a trip, so I'm like spiraling right now. I need to eat rice, and because it is hot, I want to prepare it now. It's 12 p.m. and eat it later around 1:30 p.m. because I'm intermittent fasting. I will finish eating at around 6:30 p.m. and I like to have two snacks. One, it is a snack, and the other one, the final meal. I should say it's like a snack, but a little bit more near a dinner kind of snack. I don't know. I am doing this with my nutritionist, so don't worry about me, guys. I have to stop doing this. Cooking with me. So today I'm planning to do a little bit of rice. Here in Italy, especially in the summer, we eat old cooked rice with a lot of things in it, like tuna, corn, or eggs, or carrots, and it's really satisfying and good. There's a general recipe, but I usually put whatever I have in the fridge. So I will put this random vegetables. I will put also one egg, and then hummus, maybe some other veggies, and some walnuts. They are cooking it. So here we have the rice. We are gonna wait for him to cut it down. These are the cooked vegetable, walnuts, and this strange egg right here. We're gonna assemble all together later. Here is my coffee, and that is my third stroke of the morning. I'm ready to go to bed late tonight, but before that I wanted to update you on my readings. So if you watched my chilliest and laziest April TBR video, I was already feeling that I was not in the mood to read as I read normally, and that I was entering a time where I didn't have much time to read. So I told you that I was going to read maybe this one, and I started it and I enjoyed it, and now it's the end of May. Then I told you that I was going to read Letters to My Mother by George Simenon, and I did that. And I finished reading The Sorrows of the Young Werther. I enjoyed it. I think everyone needs friends or people who cares about you, and even though you don't really experience life with them every day, but you know you can count on them and they really care about you. If they are willing to show up when there's a need, when there's a problem, I think many sad things could have been avoided in the life of everyone, or tragic events even. And I think there's a part of this topic here, even though it's not the main one, because he is suffering for the woman he loves and she doesn't love him back. It was good, the first part, and then the other part, maybe I was not very much in the mood to read about the struggle of this poor man. I know there's a more profound meaning behind the tragedy, and I can't say that because it's in the very beginning of the book and in the synopsis of the book and etc. So I don't think it's a big spoiler. The tragedy is announced already at the back of the book. I was put off by that immediately, but the first book was good, was great. There was plot, and I thrive when there's a plot. But then it is great literature, it is great writing, and it shows very deep and delicate feelings that maybe I wasn't in the mood to read about. I told you also about My Name is Red by Orhan Pamuk. It's not that it's bad, it's just not catchy to me. Even though when I read it, I enjoy myself reading this book. It is good, and I already talked about it a little bit in my previous video about when I will finish this maybe I will go into the details more and explain why I am so drained by this book. So I'm a big believer that everything we read and everything we do can change, can feel different, even though we are the same person, based on the period we're living in our personal life. And yes, we are the same person, but we are constantly changing. So I think April and May for me were I was experiencing a lot of change, a lot of busyness, but I was not very productive. I was busy with family and personal stuff, and as good as it was, I was busy in that way, even emotionally, but I didn't have much time even to do a YouTube video. In fact, you will see this maybe sometime in June, and I'm sorry for that, but I am slowly getting back on track, and I'm slowly getting back on my schedule, even though June will be another celebration month because I have so many family birthdays. I was checking all of my books that I have not read yet in my libraries. I have another video about that actually, and I find this one. I don't think I showed this in that video because this is part of a blog that I have here of books from my boyfriend garage, and I picked up some books. Some of them I have already read, and there's so many more in his garage. So from what I understand, because I wanted to read some lighter books just to get in the way of reading, but I think this one is pretty not difficult, but interesting enough to require some concentration. I will read this short synopsis for you. Possession by Antonia Bayet is a literary mystery that intertwines the lives of two modern-day scholars with the secret romantic past of two fictional Victorian poets. As the scholars uncover letters and clues hidden in archives and libraries, they piece together a story that challenges their professional boundaries and personal lives. The novel blends romance, intellectual discovery, and literary intrigue across two timelines, exploring themes of love, identity, and the power of storytelling. So I really like these topics. I hope I like the book too, and I hope that it will be a fast-paced book, even though it's pretty chunky. But now I'm going to go to bed because tomorrow we have something cute planned with my boyfriend. I don't really like my birthday, so I think going away to a little cute trip, it is good for my mood and relationship with my birthday. Good night. See you in the next one.